Pig and Whistle Tales from Azeroth. As always here at the Pig and Whistle Inn in Stormwind, I go through a variety of subjects with regards to World of Warcraft. So grab a bottle or a pint, sit back and enjoy. Today we're going to be going over the life of a WoW player. This is the second, iteration? Yeah, of this, and we have a guest that I know quite well, to be honest. It's my sister today, and she goes by the name of Naomi in-game. So, yeah, welcome, by the way. I'm just going to be asking like simple questions, to do with WoW, everything about that sort of thing. And yeah, just good to have you here, really. So, First question really is, how did you first start playing WoW? Like, when did you first start getting into it and that kind of thing?
Well, it was, I want to say Wrath of the Lich King. And it was because our cousin got it, didn't he, for his birthday, and was like, to our dad, like, oh, you will love this like game, like try it out and stuff. So he tried it out, and I remember we would share like a laptop and play it. We'd have like 30 minutes each or something on it because we were quite young at the time.
Strangely enough, that was my first memory of it, to be honest. It was in the conservatory. We had a PC and we just kept switching between Arathi Basins, I believe. It was I would take go in Arathi Basin on, I believe it was Choc for, I believe we both played on Choc Chip at that time. That's how you got all the PvP gear on it. But yeah, it was just keep switching between one battleground each because, well, you weren't old enough to really have your first one, were you? Your first account.
Well, yeah, when did Wrath come out?
Wrath was 2009. Wait, was it 2008?
Or 8?
It was 9 or 8.
Yeah, I want to say 8 for some reason.
Yeah, because I feel like Kata came out in 2010. But then it doesn't make sense because you have 3 years of normal WoW. BC came out in 2007. I'm pretty sure it was 9. Pretty sure it was 8 or 9.
9. Okay, so 2009 then.
Yeah.
Was when I started playing.
Gold.
But casually. Because I was 9 then.
Well, to be honest, you've always been quite a casual player.
Yeah.
Compared to the likes of myself.
Yeah.
I don't really think
there's changed.
Yeah, I don't really think you have. But what was sort of the first feelings when you did start playing, if you can even remember them, because you were that young when you started? Or when did you first start feeling about WoW?
I was going to say, I actually remember it quite well because I remember my characters so vividly. Obviously, I played Choc Chip, who was my hunter. So I remember just playing her all the time. And then I remember you having to run around South Shore to find a bear that was low enough for me to tame.
I actually forgot about that.
Do you remember that? Because it was
you wanted that one damn grey bear. Yeah, you just wanted that one specific bear, and you went there a level too early, and it took me a good, I want to say 15, 20 minutes just to run around the entire zone and find this low-level bear for you to tame.
Yeah, and then do you remember his iconic name?
Yeah, Tiny Bear. It's so bad. What kind of name is that?
I have no idea. I guess it's.
In fairness,
just a small bear.
In fairness, the first name of my character wasn't the best. It was, Gabe. It wasn't really the best name, to be honest. Not very creative.
I'm wondering, if I was just eating a Choc Chip cookie or something when I named mine.
What about when you named Tiny Bear?
I don't know what was going on there. Maybe they shrink a bit when they become your pet. So maybe I was like, he's tinier than the other bears.
God, we came up with some awful names.
Yeah, and then I also remember, so obviously we would just kind of do battlegrounds.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why Choc Chip was so rigged out in just stamina and PvP gear.
Well, I was going to say, I literally remember I would just buy gear that had stamina on it. I remember going to the auction house and buying a neck piece that had 25 stamina on it and nothing else.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm just going to be Tonky.
Well, yeah, if you have more health. If you have more health, you're tougher to kill, right?
Yeah, I
Your
guess
damage
so.
output was probably awful, by the way.
Well, imagine getting killed by like a 9-year-old with a pet called Tiny Bear.
Yeah, good point, actually. That
It's
is a...
just tragic in multiple ways.
Well, you never know. It could have been me playing. Therefore, the game really stepped up in that Arathi
Yeah, I
Basin.
actually. Did you just play the Hunter?
I'm pretty sure I just played Choc Chip when we were alternating because it was either I was too lazy to log out and go on my own character, or
Yeah.
I just wanted to play the Hunter at the time, I guess. Because I
Yeah, we'll
obviously
probably
only have
like.
one character. I think my character was Perfecto at the time. The original
Yeah,
named
maybe.
Perfecto, who's now my boomkin, Yashara. But I'm pretty sure that was my main, and I only had that character, so...
Yeah, I'm thinking because like we only had like 20 minutes like each between we swapped for
Yeah,
like the laptop. We probably just thought, oh, we'll just stay on this character.
yeah, I can't be asked. You were just
Yeah.
lucky that it was your character. Otherwise, it would have had no gear.
Yeah.
I
Well.
basically geared it, fed the pet, got the pet,
Oh
and you
yeah, I
just...
do remember multiple pets like leaving me.
Do you remember that crab? That's something that's actually stuck with me.
What did I call? I want to know what I called it.
You
Was he
couldn't
like
call it.
crabby?
You couldn't call it anything. I don't believe.
Oh.
You couldn't feed it because you didn't learn the like beast stuff in Darnassus, and it just abandoned you because you couldn't
Didn't I like?
feed it. You couldn't like dismiss it or anything. You
No,
got...
hang on. Wasn't I? Yeah, I think I did that, but wasn't I trying to feed him then like crab meat?
Oh yeah, you were trying to
And he
feed
was like
him
really
like his own
offended.
brethren.
I was like, he'll love this, and then he's like disgusted
Yeah, he
at
just
me.
became a cannibal, but... Or you were trying to make him become a cannibal. Maybe that's why he actually
Yeah.
abandoned you. Not because you just didn't feed him.
I
But that poor
completely forgot
crab.
about that.
Yeah, I did. It
I
just
feel
popped up
terrible.
now. But yeah, the only reason you couldn't feed him was literally because you didn't hand in a quest to get your beast training or whatever. Where like you get all
Yeah.
the feeding, like feed pet, you get your dismiss, revive pet and all that stuff. Was a
Yeah,
bit
because I think I was
ridiculous.
really confused. Like, how do I do
Yeah.
like feed him? Like, yeah,
I was also
ruthless.
confused when he just abandoned you, the poor guy. Trying to feed him his own like people.
I know, his
That poor
like
crab.
sister and
It's like, oh, I just killed this guy for you. Wait, that was Uncle Terry. Holy shit. No, fucking eat him. Like, what?
yeah.
Poor crab. You've been mean to like, all of your like hunter pets. Apart from Sacto on Classic. Like, he's the only one that I've actually seen you like take care of.
He's been with me the whole way.
Since level 20 at least.
Yeah, I still have Passive, my first TBC pet.
Again, what an awful name.
He's level like 31, and he's just
Oh my
chilling in like
God.
the dog hotel thing.
The stables.
Yeah, I
The
like to think
dog
of it as a dog
hotel?
hotel because I feel bad leaving them in the stables,
Why?
and I feel like a bad owner.
You are a fucking bad owner. Especially when it
Yeah.
comes to pets. Jesus.
That's Sacto gets treated well.
Yeah, I know he does. Even though he looks awful, he's got like these massive mutton chops, like down the
Yeah,
side of
he's
his
brilliant.
face.
He eats a shit ton.
Every pet does, apparently.
But it's like so much. Like I'll literally just call him out, and he'll be like wanting food, and I'm like, "You've been out for like 10 seconds."
Yeah. Your point being, sounds like me. You just got to give me a
Hungry.
snack every now and again, to be honest.
Yeah, he's so hungry.
For God's sake, poor pets. You really haven't done well with hunters in your lifetime, have you? Especially
I'm
with rolling
getting
loot.
better.
But in terms of like, WoW, what do you find the most entertaining about WoW raiding, PvP, RP, that kind of thing?
Well, I guess my favorite has always been the PvP
Yeah, makes
bit.
sense.
I'm kind of like a raiding noob, to be honest.
Well, so am I,
both-
considering most people
Yeah.
tend to go raiding. I feel like the majority is raiding, in all honesty.
Yeah, like both in retail and
Yeah.
classic / TBC. Like, so in classic, it was mostly battlegrounds I liked a lot, and then now in TBC, actually I need to do battlegrounds. I haven't really done them yet.
You've not even done
Since
Eye of
getting
the Storm yet, have you?
I know, I really want to as well.
Yeah, you're like one of the only classes that can throw people off the edge with like mind control.
I know. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, because shamans don't get their like thunder shock or whatever it is until Wrath. Obviously, boomkins
So
don't get
sad.
like Typhoon until Wrath. You don't get a lot of pushback stuff until Wrath, so
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's really my time to shine.
it probably is, yeah.
Yeah, so arenas probably are like the best overall because I like playing them and I like watching them for like when Blizzard hosts them or like streamers and stuff. Um, so that's my favorite. And then if I just want to like chill, I sometimes quite like just questing, but mostly on like a hunter.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, hunters are, yeah, pretty chill to just level compared to something like a paladin or a warrior where you're just eating constantly. You just send your pet in and everything's dead by the time that you even fire an arrow.
Literally so chill. You can
Yeah,
just auto shot and just let your pet kill like everything.
yeah. This kind
It's
of
just so
ties,
nice.
yeah. This kind of ties into the next question, but like, do you have any PvP memories that you like remember?
The one memory that I always remember is definitely our double feral druids in Wrath
Yeah,
going into the arenas. And actually, no, I wasn't even feral, was I? Was I resto?
I don't even know what you were. I swear you're in
I
cat
was
most of
probably
the
like,
time, though.
yeah, I was probably like, God knows what. I probably just randomly spent talents. But like, well, yeah, we would go in to arenas. I don't think I had a clue what the hell was going on.
You don't have a
And
clue
then,
nowadays, but all right.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True, but it was like even worse. And then I remember the game plan was just like, right, I'm just gonna go and like sit in bear form or something, just in the middle of the like arena. So everything's gonna run and kill me. By the time I die, hopefully you will have killed one person on their team.
Yeah.
So then you can just do a 1v1 with them and hopefully we win.
It was some strat, in all honesty. It worked somewhat well, I think.
It literally was like I did nothing. Like the stats at the end of the game were always like nothing.
Damage taken. It was
Yeah,
what you excelled at, to be honest,
yeah.
in that
So
regard.
I always remember that, because that was just a classic. I mean, there's just so many stories about, oh God, the classic battlegrounds and all the people you find in there.
Oh, God,
Um,
what about the paladin that... Oh, no, was it a warrior that just spat on paladins?
yeah, on Ret Paladins,
For God's
just
sake.
because.
Just because they're a ret
Um,
paladin, he just spat on them.
yeah,
That's so
yeah,
stupid. It's hilarious, and I kind of
yeah.
understand, but it
I
is
swear I
just a
was
bit
like,
stupid.
oh, is there like an issue going on or something? Because like we just got into like the Warzone Gulch, and this guy was just spitting on this paladin. So I was like, oh, like what's the gossip then? And he was like, no, I just hate paladins. I was like,
That's just quality.
okay. And then sometimes I've even had paladins like enter battlegrounds and be like, give me like your abuse now, and so we can get it over with.
Honestly, I commend him for that. He understands that he's just... Was he a ret?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 100%. I can
yeah,
understand that.
yeah. So that was quite funny.
Every
And
paladin
then
we got queued into in Classic, though, was a ret paladin. It was very rarely holy.
yeah,
And they just never dispelled anything. Oh, it
never,
was infuriating.
never.
Horde
And
got
then
shamans, for God's sake.
I know, it's so sad. And you would always get the I'd get abuse from like the warriors.
For not healing them.
Yeah, even though they were like across the other side of the map or something, it's like, where are my heals?
Well, yeah.
It's like, what? I
Mind vision them and then heal them. That's how it
remember
worked.
one guy got like so aggy with me once because I healed our flag carrier over him and he ended up dying. And I was like,
Well, that's
well,
just not on.
obviously, I'm gonna heal the flag carrier, and he's like, nah.
I'm more important here, clearly.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
Yeah, but that goes with warrior egos. A lot of warriors
Deserves
have, yeah, some sort of ego in Classic, and it's, or mostly the PvP ones, because it's always like, heal me and I'll just kill everything. Whereas it's like, yeah, no, you won't. You're a warrior. You need a paladin with you to kill everything because you need freedom. You need 20 dispels.
To be fair, they do need a pocket healer.
Yeah, and when they do have a good pocket healer, then the warrior excels. But just be a mage or a rogue, just something that can, stand on its own 2 feet.
That, and also understand that to actually get out of this battleground, we need the flag carrier to get back.
Yeah, if you wanted honor from this battleground, you heal the flag carrier and peel for him. You don't go for kills.
I remember being in a battleground that was 1 hour and 40 minutes once, a Warsong Gold.
I vaguely remember you telling me about that. Did you lose it?
No, we won. Oh. It was 2-2 for ages.
It was 2 pre-mates, wasn't it?
Kind of. We were against a Gehennas.
Yeah, Gehennas.
I think there was 7 of them, and there was 7 on our side.
Oh God.
It was just so tense.
I suppose you won. That's a good thing. I mean, it's not like you could have done 5 or 10 other battlegrounds in that time, but
Yeah, but you reach a certain time limit where you're I just have to carry on now because otherwise that 40 minutes is wasted. So
is it wasted though?
Hard or go home.
Is it wasted?
And I couldn't go home at that point.
I would have clocked out at 30 minutes. I'm just I'm gonna head out because that's infuriating for me.
I've only done it twice. I did it once on my own, and then do you remember we had that guild event?
Yeah, and we had that really long battle. That was only 50 minutes though, I think.
No, that was just over 1 hour, I think.
Nah, bollocks, it was. Over an hour.
Screenshot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was painful. If I was ranking at the time, I would have been out. I would have went straight out. Yeah. I would have gone way out of that and just went into the next game. But it was it made it a lot more fun being with other people from Guild though. I think that was...
yeah, because we were just running around and it was just funny.
And it was just Flexer dying, he was top of deaths or something, wasn't he? And he was oh my God, I'm top, guys. And then we're Flexer, that's deaths that you're top of. And he's oh. Well, it was quality.
Someone's got to be top.
Yeah. That's the only comment that he would have made throughout that entire thing. It's guys, I'm top. But that's a deaths Flex. Yeah, and I'm still top. Honestly, there's been loads of good PvP memories on it. Like you said with the Feral Druids, and when we started playing in Wrath, we had one against 2 Blood Death Knights, didn't we? You were just dead and watching for about half hour while I was fighting 2 Blood Death Knights.
Yeah. That was on that old map, was it?
Yeah, it was on the map that rose.
That was really cool.
I don't know why they took that out. I suppose it's kind of unfair?
It's unfair for melee.
Is it though?
Yeah, because casters can just stand on top and kill them.
I suppose it's just the size of the map, and you've got the RNG of the lifts going up and down constantly, and I suppose it's a bit. I still think it was a cool map though. It was kind of like a gladiatorial arena,
a gladiator one.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that right.
That was. Although I kind of feel they have them tornado things in the TBC ones.
Oh, they're great fun.
They're so funny.
Yeah, they're great fun because they provide some RNG to it.
Yeah.
I've seen loads of great clips with just the tornadoes hitting people. I've seen people get hit into another tornado and die. It's quality.
Yeah, they do a chunk of damage, to be fair.
Yeah. I do like the element of the RNG in the arena, but I can see why they did take it out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I mean, if you look at retail, if you look at retail arenas, it's all very much symmetrical, I want to say. Both sides have the same fair
there's no advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that changes really is the size of the map. If you look at Ruins of Lordaeron, it prefers melee compared to something what's that big map? Tolvaron. It's just casters galore.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I literally did a Tolvaron arena with Liam, and basically it was caster group against caster group, And because 9.1 has been like insanely quick, the games, this was ridiculous. It was so slow, it was unreal. Like, compared to what we were used to, because you got melee cleaves just charging and killing everything in 30 seconds.
Yeah, like
And
one shot and
yeah,
everything.
whereas this is like a Frost Mage and a Boomkin we're against as like an Ellie Shaman and a Boomkin. And it's just so
Oh my
slow.
God.
It was actually quite nice. I prefer longer games over the fucking Paladins running, press Final Reckoning, and then Divine Toe and you're dead.
Yeah.
Honestly, that
I think
shit.
it's more when you feel like there's nothing you could have done to stop it is
Yeah.
what can be a bit frustrating.
That's why I prefer the bigger maps. Not just because I'm a caster, because you can utilise the space a lot more against melees. But,
yeah, it's definitely nicer to get drinks and stuff as well.
yeah, well, because you're an You're an class. Bloody
Yeah,
priest.
exactly.
It's ridiculous. But moving on, I'm going to sort of go over the same sort of question, but are there any memories that have stuck with you in your time in WoW? Like any ones that you didn't say there, or?
Yeah, so one of my biggest was getting Benediction
Oh, yeah.
in Classic
I suppose that
because
is quite a
it
good one.
looked awesome and I really wanted it.
No.
So I remember I recorded me doing it, didn't I, on my old laptop, and it was like so slow.
Yeah, and the quality is absolutely
Yeah.
awful. Honestly, it looks like you're playing an 8-bit game. It looks
Yeah,
ridiculous.
literally.
Looks like you're playing Pac-Man, for all I know. It
And
still
I
does look
remember,
cool, though.
I just like love that. I mean, it's just the classic priest weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, the fact that you can switch it into Anathema as well is really
know.
cool. And you have like a little shadow set, yeah.
And I remember like you came. Did someone else come as well the first time to give me like buffs and stuff?
I have no idea.
I can't really remember. And then I failed the first time doing it. And then you've got to wait like the hour. And I remember it was so awkward because I got there just before someone else.
Yeah, it was an undead priest, and he was watching with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And obviously then like he has to wait, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bless you.
But I remember doing it the second time, and do you remember I tried to bandage myself?
Oh yeah, you got hit immediately. Yeah, it was an awful bandage timing. Like, it was absolutely shocking.
I remember the best things for that. Can you even still do the quest anymore? I guess you can if you're on classic servers. I don't know if anyone will.
You can in BC.
This.
It's just you've got to run. You just got to run Molten Core.
Yeah.
The Benediction quest was taken out in Cataclysm, so you can do it up until Wrath Classic, which I presume that they'll bring out eventually. But yeah, you can do it up until Wrath Classic. You've just got to actually go into Molten Core and get the item, which is the eye. So you can still do it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, there's obviously all this stuff online where like tips on how to complete it, and definitely the most useful one was that potion that does the fire damage.
Oil of Immolation or something it's called.
Yeah, because when all them skeletons are like just running around,
yeah,
you have like no AoE.
What do you mean?
You have Holy Nova.
Yeah, that costs a shit ton of mana.
So much mana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't think I could have done it without that.
Yeah, you were basically chugging them whenever like skellies came out. But you could also cheese it, because I helped someone get it in my old guild, and I helped them cheese it. You get a paladin and druid, and you just sit at the cave entrance, and the archers, the skeleton archers, hit them instead.
No way.
Yeah, as long as you don't press anything, you don't trigger the sort of the cleaner, as he's called, which is the guy who just comes in and one-shots everyone. So, yeah, you can kind of cheese it in that way, but I think it kind of takes away from the fact of actually doing it, because it's something like of a ritual, I want to say, for priests to be able to complete it on their own, obviously with pots and stuff, but you feel more accomplished in doing it. It's kind of like the Hunter one, which you still haven't done, by the way, on your Hunter.
Oh my god, I've got one of the things.
Oh, for God's sake, out of 4. Nice.
I know.
But It's just like a rite of
Priest passage.
yeah, a rite of passage. That's the
And
word.
it just looks so awesome, so it's so worth doing it.
Yeah. I mean, when you see people in retail, I've seen a couple with like benediction, like
Oh
transmogged,
my
and it
god.
looks so cool. I even saw someone with like the corrupted Ashbringer, the original from
No
Nax, all the
way.
way back in vanilla. Yeah, and it's just like really cool. You can tell that these people have been around since at least Wrath.
I'm
Or
so sad that
yeah,
in retail I can't have the transmog.
yeah, it's really upsetting to be honest, because it's something that's just lost. Even like
Yeah.
Lockermere, you can't get anymore as well since Cataclysm. So
Wow.
yeah, they really did us dirty with them two transmogs that you can't get them
Mm.
anymore. But those who have it, they must feel really cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you'd feel awesome.
Yeah, you really would. So, do you have sort of a best moment within WoW? This can be anything really, from your first piece of gear to your first PvP kill, in all honesty.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know if I can think of one specific thing.
You just got a
I,
multiple
yeah, I feel
answers
like
for it,
there's
really.
loads, and I always feel like maybe one of like the really cool moments is going to be when we, like, as a guild, hold our first raid
Yeah,
or this Sunday.
yeah, that would be a
Um,
nice little moment.
yeah, I think that would be really cool. Um,
No, I
can't think of
mean,
one particular thing though. It's like a combination of so many things.
yeah, obviously you can get like your first piece of PvP gear, and that might sit well with you. You can get your first raid done, like you said, the first raid with the guild. So it's not really a best moment; it's just a compilation of loads,
Yeah,
which
I did
makes sense.
enjoy getting my rank 10 like gear
Oh
on my
yeah, actually
priest in
completing that
classic.
was great.
Yeah, like I mean my little character with that gear on is still like my Discord um what is it,
Picture,
like a display
profile picture,
picture, and
yeah,
then you got me that like picture of my character, like a drawing of her in that gear, like it's just so awesome.
yeah, caricatured almost.
Yeah, that was really cool because we ranked at a time where a lot of people were
Yeah, that
ranking,
was
so it
mid
took a
COVID.
long time.
That was like first lockdown mid COVID that we started
Yeah,
ranking. And obviously it's an absolute shit show. The caps on our server were only like 700,000 honor.
mm.
Whereas if you look at something like Gehenna's, it was like 1.2 mil.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been
It's
so
absolutely
rough.
insane, yeah. So
Yeah,
we kind of got lucky with the server, but again, we weren't really going crazy, were we? We were just doing. I mean, I think that
no.
my best was like 200,000 a week. We just took it nice and slow.
And I think I made it harder because I refused to do any other battleground apart from Warsong
Yeah,
Gulch.
you didn't do AV weekends, and honestly, they
No,
were a godsend.
I couldn't do it, and I barely did any like
Arathis.
pre-mades
Cool.
either. Like I would literally just queue solo,
I did.
so that
I did a
took
few
even
pre-mades,
longer.
yeah, but I just wanted to do my own thing. Really, I just wanted to chill out, listen to music while doing it, not really going for it crazy. So
Yeah,
that makes
but
sense.
that was a cool moment because I remember as well both of us got stuck on rank 9 like 95% or
Oh,
something as well.
bollock. Yeah.
You remember? Wasn't yours like 98 or
Oh,
something?
mine was ridiculously close, but I had to go an extra week just to get rank 10. But I also
Yeah,
wanted rank 11. So going into rank 10 would have been like a week less getting to rank 11 as
oh,
well.
it was
So
rough.
it really was. I wonder how many weeks we actually spent on that. I would have thought a good several. Like
Yeah,
4?
I feel like if I go back on our guild Discord, I can see because I remember kind of announcing that I was going to do like a ranking because I didn't join anything in the guild. I just like
Yeah.
spammed battlegrounds.
I think it was
Um,
about 4 or 5 months it took us. Because we took it
hmm,
obviously quite slow. Obviously,
yeah,
if you're going for rank 14, it will take you about the same sort of time, but that
hardcore.
would ruin the game. Yeah, not gonna lie, just
Yeah,
doing that sort of thing.
I
No,
thought that was quite good though.
yeah, that was good. I remember getting my mounts from rank 11. They were really good fun. Like just
Yeah,
mounting up on something completely different. I obviously did the Darnassus rep and got my Nightsaber, but having the War Tiger was even better, as well as like the War
yeah,
Horse that I can switch between, and it didn't cost me any gold, so that's really nice. Even though you can get
Yeah,
them for
that is
just like
cool.
30 badges each now, by the way. So you technically don't have to pay for an epic mount if you've got the badges. But, oh well.
Yeah, I got the elephant now.
Oh yeah, you did. You did that in pre-patch, didn't you?
Yeah,
He is chunky. He's great.
I love him.
We'll be going for the Zulaman bear later on in TBC. 100%.
Yeah.
We'll try and do that as a guild. That's kind of what I want to complete with the guild, to be honest. The Zulaman bear would be fun. Plus,
Yeah,
it's
that'd
like
be
an
cool.
extra challenge level. It's kind of like mythic difficulty, because you've obviously got
Yeah.
to do it within a certain time limit, but I think it'll be fun. Even if we don't get it, it's whatever, as long as we still have fun in the raid.
Yeah, I agree.
To be honest, I don't know why this question's down here, like, so late, but what class do you play, and sort of why do you play it? Should be one of the first questions. I'm looking at it now, but yeah.
Yeah, and thinking about it, everyone, like, to this point is probably thinking I main hunter.
Yeah, that's the reason why it should go at the top. I don't know why it's
Yeah.
down here, but yeah, what class do you play and why do you play that class?
So obviously I did start off with my hunter when I first started playing, as I feel like 95% of WoW players do.
Did I start
It
off
always
I think I
says,
started off as priest. Or I
yeah,
played priest, but my very first character on my own was druid, so.
yeah, but you know, like every time you see a WoW video or
Yeah, it's always a
whatever
hunter
it
with a
says,
pet, and you're always thinking, oh my god, that pet looks amazing, I want that.
yeah, and every like forum or whatever suggests to start with a hunter.
Yeah, because it's a
So
lot
obviously I
simpler.
started with hunter, but then do you know what? I can't remember when I switched to priest.
I
When
can't.
did I'm not I
Because
actually have no idea.
you played your druid throughout Wrath, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Even in
played
I
druid.
think it was Cataclysm you might have switched. Because that was when you deleted your druid. Because she's stuck at like level 85, isn't she? Just in like
Yeah,
the restore page. So I think it was Cata when you actually made the switch.
yeah, maybe. And then, but specifically disc priest. Always
Why?
disc.
Just
Well, again, like I really can't remember for some. Like I can remember my hunter so well, like starting her, but I just can't remember my priest as much. I don't know why, but I've just played it consistently now. That I guess I'm just stuck with it being my main.
yeah,
And I guess it always paired well because you would always be DPS, so we would do arenas,
yeah.
and it was like DPS healer. So I was just comfortable with that class, and I just really enjoyed the class because I like the fact it can heal. I love the shield. It can deal damage.
The DPS
You know,
is the
it's got
fun part of it, to be honest. Do you remember
yeah, like
in,
it's so
I
fun.
think it was Warlords of Draenor, when you could literally 1v1 any class because you had like reflective shield and stuff like that? Do you remember
Yeah,
reflective shield in Warlords of Draenor? Because it was absolutely insane.
I remember. I can't remember what expansion or like time it was, but I remember loving Disc Priest when we had oh, what's it called where you switch health?
Void Shift.
Yeah, where we had Void Shift was just like a baseline, and we had that talent that the spectral vision or something that put you invisible.
Yeah, I think that was WOD. Wait,
That
I
was
think
so fun.
the spectral one was Mr. Pandaria, but I'm pretty sure the Void Shift was Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't get
remember
why you
playing
got an
arenas
invis
at
though.
that.
I don't get why
I
you got
don't
an
know.
invis.
It was just so fun. It was like a talent, wasn't it? And you'd go invisible for like 5 seconds or something,
It's so stupid.
just randomly.
But why would you
And
get
it was
that?
so fun. I have no idea, but like,
To make a priest invis, it just doesn't seem right.
yeah, well, they took it out, didn't they? It
I
didn't
think
last
the
very long.
expansion later, yeah, in Legion, or no,
Yeah,
in WOD, I think they actually took it out. And then in
but I
Legion, they
remember
took away Void Shift. Yeah.
that was one of the most fun times to play because you had all these like really random stuff that made the
Yeah.
class so different.
Yeah, I think I was maining my mage in Warlords of Draenor. And do you remember this big crystal talent thing? Like, you put down a crystal and you just hit the crystal. Do you remember that at all? Because
So
that was literally there for just Warlords of Draenor. and it increased, and the damage that it did was absolutely nuts. It was one-shotting people in arenas and everywhere. It was absolutely insane.
Maybe they just like threw in some funky stuff then at that time.
Maybe. Yeah, I suppose.
Hmm.
That was quite fun though, all of that stuff. That's where it became quite entertaining, to be honest, just having all of these different things. That's why to be honest, the Covenants in like Shadowlands are really good. That's why the Legion artifacts were really fun as well, because you had like your own specific ability, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas, in Shadowlands you have something like, obviously, Convoke for myself. What do you have? You have Mind Games, and you've got
fun.
extra spells that different classes don't have. That's what makes it really fun, to be honest. When you've got these wacky things.
Makes me sad with the retail, like at the minute, is that every healer can now deal damage, and it's like the same, if not more, than Disc Priests. Like, for example, you have the Shammies with their like
Shamans get lava burst procs and stuff. That's kind of
and
insane.
their Earth Elementals.
Yeah, that's
like
nuts.
Insane.
Yeah.
Holy Pallors, when they were just like
if they press Ashen Hollow, then you're gonna get one shot by them. It's absolutely.
And that kind of like puts me off retail a bit, because I like just talking about arenas here, because that's what I play in retail. Because I felt like what I really liked about the Priest was that they were different to other healers in the sense that they have to deal damage.
Yeah.
But now it seems like every healer can deal damage.
Yeah.
So that's a bit sad, but
I mean, everything's just hitting like a truck right now, to be honest. Because you've got Maledict, you've got a shit ton of healing reductions on every class. It's better to be a DPS right now than a healer.
Yeah. Rest in peace, healers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I think as 9.1 goes on, it gets a bit better, because you get more stam, you get better gear, you get more versatility, you get tankier, so the damage doesn't seem as impactful that they're doing. You know, paladins won't be one-shotting as much, warriors won't be chunking you for 30% of your HP per condemn, that kind of thing. So I think later on in the expansion, or in the patch, it gets like a lot more manageable, but at the moment there's just so much healing reduction and Maledicts, healing absorbs, and my god, it's an absolute shit show right now. Games literally end in 30 seconds compared to like what they were 5 minutes average.
Well, do you remember in BFA they were so long? Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. But I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder what it's going to be like in the upcoming arenas in like just over a week. Because obviously you have Maledict trinkets, you got everyone fully geared. So I'm wondering how long the games will be, what sort of comps they'll run. That'll be fun to watch.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, 100%. But moving on to the last sort of question, just how often do you play? And do you play with sort of specific people when you are online, that kind of thing?
I play pretty often. Usually I'll log on once a day, even if it's just to do like bank stuff or, you know, like a daily quest or stuff like that. Usually we have guild events. At the minute, it's kind of like 3 times a week, just like for an hour or 2 in the evenings. So I'm usually on for them every time. And then I guess that kind of leads into who I play with. And it's usually guild members, like friends, things like that. I don't really do much solo content unless it's questing.
Well, you're a disc priest, so might take a bit longer questing.
And like with raids, I don't think I ever have like just gone in on my own in like a classic or TBC raid. I find it a lot more fun to just play with like people I know. And usually these people know a lot more about like the PvE stuff than me, so they can like help me out and give me advice and stuff.
They can carry you.
Basically.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I need like a stretcher to carry me through these dungeons,
honestly,
these heroics.
Honestly, I've seen you healing. Yeah, you do.
I know. You
definitely need that other priest or the other healer.
Tragic. Yeah. And And then I feel like for arenas, really, it's so much more enjoyable to do it like so that you're at least speaking to someone. It's so hard to play with random people.
Yeah,
at like a
pugging it
higher
is
level.
really tough.
Yeah,
Pugging it
because
is
you're
really
just not
tough.
going to know what everyone's doing because you can't just type in the middle of an arena.
Yeah, I mean, an example of that is I was doing some again like arenas with Liam the other day, and we had killed someone, so it was a 2v3, but we're still under pressure because there's a shit ton of demon hunter damage. So I've run to Liam to link, like spirit link, and we were queuing with a priest, and he leaps Liam out of the like link, and
Oh
basically
no.
Liam gets killed and we lose the game. So it's that sort of thing where like communication is really key in
Yeah,
arenas,
exactly.
and it's just a lot more fun, to be honest, playing with like people
Yeah.
that you know, because it can
Yeah,
get
I agree.
frustrating if you aren't, you know, talking to people and people are making mistakes and you flame them a lot more because you just don't know them. You think it's not going to be impactful, to be honest. That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I do feel like as well with me because I don't naturally enjoy the PvE stuff as much.
Yeah,
Doing it with like friends and things like that just makes it 100 times better because then you can just chill on like the Discord and chat
yeah,
and have fun. Whereas like if I'm just going in with random people, then I'm just kind of sitting there like not enjoying the content as much because I'm not
yeah.
really sure like
What you're
what
doing, you're
I'm
just,
doing or
yeah, mindlessly pressing buttons and not having a
yeah,
clue what's happening. That makes
yeah.
sense. But no, that's all the questions I got for you. Thank you, obviously, for coming along and helping me out with the poddy. Appreciate it.
It's okay.
And
Thanks for having me.
it's all good. But thank you all very much for listening. As always, do check out the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all of that good stuff. It's on the Pig and Whistle website, so be sure to check it out. Thank you all very much for listening again, and go with Valor Friend. Goodbye all.